Coming up in the news, a local business remains in limbo. The Port Authority giving additional attention to small businesses. And Bohemian Culture, 46 years later.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Megan Shepard. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping the news, despite some positive signs of a possible turnaround in the economy, a long-standing business in the Grand Bahama community may be on the brink of closure. As Italia Hall tells us, it would appear that efforts are being made to avert any additional challenges in the economy.
The statement went viral on WhatsApp and several social media platforms. The statement said that GB Express opened their doors 22 years ago in Freeport, and those responsible for the company worked tirelessly to meet the air cargo needs of a number of local businesses. The statement adds that the laws have changed at the Customs Department, which has made it impractical to operate an air courier service. The statement concludes by stating that due to the high costs, it has become difficult for GB Express to operate in Freeport, and the company will be closing their doors come July 31st. Now, unconfirmed reports say the company has been working along with the Customs Department to avert a closure. In the meantime, employees in Grand Bahama remain in a state of limbo and are not sure as to what is happening with their jobs or the company. Now, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Honorable K.P. Turnquist, says he reached out to the owners of the air cargo business.
So, we were a little surprised to have read in the newspaper that they were having some challenges, particularly with customs. And so I instructed the Customs Department here to have a talk with them to see what the situation was and whether we can help them in any way. Certainly, we appreciate the difficulty in doing business generally and doing business in Grand Bahama in particular, given the economy. And so we certainly don't want to be the cause for any business having to close their doors. So we wanted to make sure that whatever the process is, that we've done everything that we could to ensure their success, and also to learn from their experience, because you can appreciate that sometimes rules are put into place and there are unintended consequences.
And as it relates to the Customs Department, he says the government remains committed to improving the ease of doing business in Grand Bahama and the Bahamas.
Very pleased to see in the report that they are now reconsidering their position. Hopefully that will result in some stability and success for them and for their customers and employees going forward. Again, we are intent on making the process of cross-border trade as easy and as efficient as possible. We want to ensure that our compliance rates are maintained because, as you know, the country derives a significant portion of its revenue through customs taxation, and we just want to make sure that the system is fair and equitable to all.
Our ZNS News team also reached out to the company and asked to speak with the owner or a manager about the situation, but we were told that they were not available for comment. Now we understand that operations are still continuing in Freeport and Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Italia Hall, ZNS Network News.
The Grand Bahama Port Authority continuing its focus on small businesses. Executives launched an initiative back in 2016 called the My Grand Bahama campaign in an effort to improve the level of customer service here on Grand Bahama. Senior Business Development Manager Derek Newbold says since then, some 2,000 persons have been trained by industry experts.
This represents both the public and private sectors, and that equates to about 80 different companies in both the public and private sectors throughout Grand Bahama. We've also launched an app just last year in an effort to solicit additional feedback from our customers and various persons who utilize the merchants here in Freeport. And one of the things we realize is this app provides us with unfiltered access to the various customer service experiences experienced on a daily basis throughout the city of Freeport.
This month, the Port Authority will begin its summer sessions, this time in an effort to highlight businesses with exceptional services. Newbold says these sessions will be held at the Pelican Bay Resort, one at 9 a.m. and the other at 2 p.m.
And to work towards developing a campaign called The Best of Grand Bahama. this is really highlighting and identifying those businesses that provide exceptional customer service experience here in Freeport. On July 18th, we will be providing refresher training to my Grand Bahama certified candidates. And on the same day, we'll also be providing training to starters, persons who would have not gone through our program as yet.
Meantime, the Grand Bahama Port Authority is partnering with ZNS 810 AM The Light to promote authentically made Bahamian products. As the country celebrates 46 years of independence, the Port Authority is sponsoring a radio series titled Made in the Bahamas every Thursday during the month of July. Business Development Officer Glendia Sweeting is encouraging everyone to tune in to 810 AM on Thursdays from 9 AM to 10:30 AM.
This is the time that we celebrate the Bahamas as a whole. And so we're very, very pleased to be partnering with ZNS to talk about all things Bahamian. And so it's a 4-week series that's going to be happening. We started 2 weeks ago. And just this morning, we had the second part of the series where we talked about grown in the Bahamas. The first week was about things that are manufactured in the Bahamas. And every week, we continue to have those kinds of businesses because we want people to realize that you can do so much more in the Bahamas. It's more than clothing and shoes. You can do things that can really impact our economy. And there are persons that are doing some great things in some great spaces.
Tonight, we wrap up our series of 46 years after independence. In this report, renowned entertainer and cultural icon Kirkland Bodie takes a critical look at Bohemian culture, its growth and challenges since 1973.
Hey yo, we come a long way and we just begun. Come on, lift up the heads to the right.
A seaman, my work is on the water, free diving, throwing out line is how I survive.
Kirkland KB Bodie has been in the music industry for more than 20 years. He has penned pieces that capture the true essence of Bohemian culture and is viewed as someone who is dedicated to the promotion of Bohemian culture. But 46 years after gaining independence, KB believes Bahamians are out of touch when it comes to the culture of the country.
We've lost a lot of who we truly are, core, that smiling, loving, open arm people. We've lost a lot of that. We've taken on the culture of America. We've taken on that shooting, let me say the drive-by shooting. We've taken on their violence. We've taken on the materialism. We've taken on being greedy, and you know, we're losing a lot of us. To a certain extent, how we're running wild right now, we need to be reined back to who we are as Bahamian people. And when I say rein, I don't mean rein back in to be somebody else. Rein back in to be us.
When asked if the Bahamian culture is effectively being passed on,
no, it isn't. No, it isn't. It isn't, not at all. And don't get me wrong. There are people out there who are still trying, to push the culture. But you got some people out there who don't care. So they'll just sell anything because they just want to be stars. See, I don't want to just be a star. I want to be someone who left something behind to say, you know what, this is who they were. That's why when I write to who we are as a people, who we were as a people, and what we could be as a people. I would always write to those things. In this country, this is the only place where the parents and the kids love the same music. So let's say Dog Don't Bark at Park Car, something from there. Let's say something from, Iris, or something from Stevie S, or Elon Musk, Catch the Crowd. The point is, the kids love it and the adults love it. No other country in the world you find that actually those two generations love the same music. So we do have something special. Again, it's just that we don't appreciate it and we don't know how to deal with it.
The vocal artist has not been shy about his stance on the promotion of Bahamian culture and artists. Bodie says that unfortunately, true Bahamian music is not elevated or financially supported as it should be.
And when people come here, they want to see who we are. They don't want to see who we could be and pretend to be other people. That's how I look at it. Even if it was R&B or it was American music, the point is, there's nothing wrong with you doing that if that's in your heart. I'm just saying that. But when it comes to the Bahamas, support what's Bahamian. And I feel that across the board. And I'm even talking to all artists. Do what's in your heart. Do what makes you feel good. If you like R&B, do it. If you like reggae, do it. Nothing's wrong with that. But don't expect that we should put our money and put it behind you. I'm talking about the people's money now. If it's private money, nothing wrong with that. But if you take the people's money and put it behind something else's culture, no, man, we must protect what's ours, and that's important. And that doesn't mean to separate the African diaspora. It means that we appreciate who we are because we grew up in these islands. We just want to show you, because Haiti, guess what? Haiti shows who they are, Jamaica shows who they are, Trinidad, all those other areas can show, through the African diaspora, can show who they are. Why can't we?
As to where he would like to see authentic Bahamian music in the future,
I want to see it go as is. And when I say that, we have many hits. Anything that's a hit here in the country can be a hit anywhere around the world. The only difference is that, we speak to Bahamian experiences. But if we would only like say invest in the music here, we will see that when tourists come in this country, they want to be a part of that, It's just that they don't get enough of it. I want to see the Bahamian music to the world. I want to see us traveling all over Japan, Germany, all over, because I think these people would embrace it. Especially those white markets. They would embrace it. When I say white market, I mean the European markets. They would embrace it. The Japanese, the Chinese, they all love it.
You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Don't go away. There's more news right after this break.